going live on my Facebook, which I'm getting ready to hit the live button now, but I wanted to come on YouTube first because I've never done a YouTube live before. So I'm excited. I hope I hit everything I was supposed to. Now we're going here to Facebook.
You've got mail.
And of course, I get email. All right. Hey, everybody. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Facebook. This is your girl, Trish Standley from Trish Standley TV. Um, I am on live. First, let me introduce myself. For those who don't know me, my name is Trish Standley. I am the creator and I guess all CEO, innovator of Trish Stanley TV and everything that falls under which those things. But my name is Trish Stanley. I am host of Trish Stanley TV. I'm also the creator. I am a retired singer, a gospel singer. And what else do I do? I'm coming up with a nonprofit this year, hopefully, prayerfully, so that because I love the community and I want to be able to serve my community. And so we're working on that venture coming up this year. But as I vowed at the beginning of the year, I would go live once a month because I'm not a fan of going live in order to overcome all of the anxieties that come with it. I said I was going to force myself and push myself this year. So, and I want you to see the everyday Trish. Most of the time, if you follow me and you know what I do, most of the time I'm made up to a T, lashes on point, outfits. You know, I have Trisha's Treasure, which I'm also a designer. I'm always glammed up. And so I wanted to start doing more things here at home, getting for you guys to get to know the more personal side of Trish Stanley. But I come on, I call this She Shed. You're going to hang out with me at my She Shed. This is my space. Once I finish everything, the room is a mess right now. Once I finish setting everything up, then I'm going to give a tour. But I decided to, well, my husband gifted me with closing in the patio, the deck that's on the outside of the master bedroom. And so I turned it into what is now known as my she shed. Okay, so what I said at the beginning of this year, I wanted to come on and do lives so that I get more comfortable doing those. I go figure. I'm in front of cameras in what I do on my show, but it's a little different, a little bit more intimate here at home. And y'all, what you see is what you get here at home. Um, but I'll vow to do this for only 30 minutes. So I want to go ahead and knock out this 30 minutes. I'm setting my timer. As you guys know, I have it. Let me turn it on and get my timer set. We are literally doing 30 minutes and I'm done. So I want to catch you guys up on some things. The last time I did a live, put that there. Last time I did a live, we talked about the issues with going through menopause when it comes to, or it may not be menopause. In my case, it was poor choice, poor eating habits forced me onto blood pressure medicine, and that in turn caused me to lose my locks, which I had for 18 years. And so that was what we talked about last time we were here together. I think had taken my second shot going to the dermatologist. Um, so rewind really quickly. I decided to go. I went a natural holistic route previously in 2024. I went a holistic route. It worked, but it's a very slow process. And so I decided to try out a regular dermatologist, and my hairstylist suggested one. So I started going to him, and he put me on, I don't have the name of the medication this time, and it don't matter, but he put me on a pill, he put me on some ointment to put in in the particular areas right here on the top crown of my head. Um, and so that's what, and then I have to go once a month. I was supposed to do 3 sessions once a month where he gives me shots in my scalp. And it sounds just the way I deliver it. Shots, 10 out my whole scalp. And is it painful? Absolutely. Do they give you numbing? Don't even offer it. And so I have been doing that for 3 sessions supposedly. But I went back to my follow up, which was Thursday of last week, and I see progress, but he's not seeing the progress that he wants to see. So now I have to come back. I think he said a couple more sessions, so I'll have to go back in March, hopefully not April, to get more shots to try to help bring the hair back. I feel like this is an epidemic, specifically with women of color. They want to blame it on the perms and all of that. And now, when I was a teenager, I did have a perm, but like I said, I was locked for 18 years, and so I don't necessarily feel that it is chemical. It could be something that we're eating. I don't know what it is, but I know that there are a lot of women, young women, suffering with hair loss, and so this is a route that I'm taking. I'm going to try to follow it all the way through. I do see progress. I see more progress going this route than I did naturally, but that's expected because anytime you do anything naturally, it takes a long time for it to get into your system, and your system has to absorb it and all of that. So it's just a longer process. And if you're willing to wait that long, I wish I had started years ago versus the state that I'm in now. If I had started years ago, I probably would have maintained the natural remedy way, because once I finish all this medication, I'm doing a detox. I don't like taking medicine. I'm not a fan of it. Okay, so that's the update on that. So I have a couple of more sessions with that. My scalp is as you can tell. Let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about that. Okay, so when I went to my last appointment, I told him I cannot keep wearing these head wraps. I'm trying not to do a lot of things with my hair, especially in the first couple of months. And he said, well, go ahead and you can get a style as long as I can access your scalp. So for us, what does that mean? Either wigs, which not gonna happen. I mean, I don't mind wigs when I'm dressing up, but not on the everyday. I struggle with that on the everyday basis. So um, the only other option was to get my hair braided. Now, I've been spoiled because a very, very, very good family friend, she was doing my braids prior. Um, and so, but I had to take a break doing the injections and all of that. So then I wanted to reach back out to her, and we couldn't get it on this calendar for this week, and I needed it this week. And I'll tell you why here in a second. But so I went and got my hair braided. I went to an African shop. I have not been to an African braiding. Have I ever? I think I went. I used to go. I used to take my daughter. I took my daughter a couple of times, and I want to say I went, but it's been over a decade, almost 2 decades since I've been. So I really was thrown off. I was. It was so overwhelming. The work, chef's kiss. They do great work. But a lot of the stylists brought in their children who were all under the age of 3, 4. I'll give them 4. And it just was a lot of crying. And then they were talking to each other, which is fine, but they talk loud. You know, we are, we loud, and so they're talking loud over my head, and so my ears was red, my head was hurting when I left. But they did excellent work, so I don't have that complaint. But I don't know, I didn't know that's how they were doing in the African shops. But I ended up getting my hair braided, which I absolutely love. But it just was funny being in that environment again. I cannot wait to get back with, and the girl that I was going to before, she would come to my home, so I didn't have to deal with other folks and children and all that kind of stuff. So it was just really, really, really overwhelming for me. And I laugh and joke about it, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was anxiety, and anxiety being one of the, what do you call it, symptoms of menopause. And I just wanted to ask and just pose that question. What is anxiety? If you're going through menopause right now, what is anxiety doing to you in your work? And it may not, because everyone's symptoms are different. Everybody's experiences are different. But for me, I can almost feel it rising up sometimes. And it affects me really bad when I'm driving. And so I've tried to adjust, um, taking expressways and where a lot of cars are travel. So if it takes me an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get to my destination, so be it, as long as I get there and I haven't raged from point A to point B. So I noticed that it flares up when I'm driving. Um, but I had it almost felt like I had an anxiety attack at work a couple weeks ago, and it was because I have a lot going on at work, and I had to just kind of talk myself out of it. I had to decompress, if you will. And so, if that is a symptom that you're having, can you please share with me what are you doing and what are you using to help? I am not interested in any HRTs. I'm just going to tell you right now. If it's something you say I got to just suffer through, then I may just have to suffer through it. But I don't want to be on any HRTs, and that's hormone replacement therapy. That's a route that I've chosen not to go in. So if you're suffering with anxiety, and even if you're not going through menopause and anxiety is something that you suffer with, what are some natural remedies or practices that you use to help you overcome those moments? Because I feel like they are coming more and more regularly, and I don't want it to overtake me. I don't want it to be something that because I'm a true believer in we should be able to control ourselves. But sometimes when them hormones is off and a chemical is imbalanced, you can't help it. So share what your remedies and what you're using to help you through um, high anxiety situations. What I was saying earlier, the reason why I wanted to go ahead and get my hair braided this week, I've gone 3 months without doing anything to my hair. But the reason why I wanted to go those 3 months is because I wanted to, um, well, not wanted to, but I needed to get a chemical peel. I am since puberty, I've had issues with breakouts, and I scar very easily, very easy. I bruise very easy. And so I could get a pimple and not pick it, not even touch it, except washing my face, and I'm going to scar when it goes away. So for me, my journey has led me to going to an esthetician and getting my facials and really caring for my face and my skin. And so part of that process for me is getting chemical peels. So this is my second phase. I did my first chemical peel at the end of 25, and this is my second phase of chemical peel. And so this time she did 6 layers. I just had it done. You can't probably really see clearly here, but my face almost looks like I got like a heat rash, if you will. And so for the next 5 days, or how many ever days, because she gonna check in on me to see she is awesome about. I have the best esthetician, but she's gonna check on me daily to see how my progress is. I cannot wash my face for the next 5 days, basically, and it's totally dependent on what it's doing. She likes to get daily pictures, so I'm gonna have to text her pictures every day so she can see what my progress is and advise me when I am able to wash my face. But typically I have to go 5 days straight without washing my face. All I can do is clean out my eyes, clean my lashes, I clean my lips, but that's pretty much it. So it's going to take 5 to 7 days for it to peel and to give me a fresh layer of skin, and that's pretty much what the chemical peel is for. But this is another question I posed for you guys. We're doing this in 30 minutes, so whether you're watching this while I'm live or whether you watch the recording, you can still reply. What do you find, and because this is one of the things that me and my esthetician was talking about. Hey guys, I don't know, you're too far, so I can't go on. But hey, hello, I'm sorry. I need to pause to say welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm just glad to be here. At any rate, this is a question that I pose to you. What is something, especially ladies, but not all ladies, because I believe men are coming to a time, which they should, where they are really taking their self-care into consideration. But ladies, one of the things me and my esthetician was talking about today is that I don't know if it's because I'm going through menopause or not, but I don't like the act of getting my nails and my feet done anymore. And I used to love it. It was something I did every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and I absolutely love it. But now that I'm going through, I don't like the way it feels. I'm irritated when you're messing with my hands, um, and even my feet. I'm already ticklish, and so. What is your self-care thing? Because like I was telling her, that used to be, and that was a nice amount of an investment to get your nails done a couple of times a month and getting a pedicure once a month. That's a pretty nice little penny. But I liked it because it was self-care. I was able to relax until I could not, and until I didn't like it anymore. So now what I told her, I'm taking those funds from what I used to spend on that and investing in my face and in my skin. Because it has always been a struggle for me. What is something that you feel is most important? Because, like I was telling her, people see my face before they see my hands or my nails. They're going to see my face. And so I want to invest in what you see first. And I want to be able to stay. I'm not one, I don't believe in the Botox and the plastic surgery. Whatever God gives, I'm going to take care of what God gave me, put it that way, to the best of my ability. And however I age is how I age. Um, I'm still gonna be cute and I'm still gonna love me at the end of the day. But what is something that you're willing to give up in order to um, pay more focus to um, in your life? And it doesn't even have to be a self-care thing. It could be just trying to attain a goal. It could be, okay, so in order for me to change my mindset, I need to go on a fast, or I need to go and do a sabbatical. What is something in your life in 26 goal? And if you haven't made a goal for 26, please make a goal. Make a goal every year. Make a goal every month. And make sure you write it off. And because this is also what I wanted to say, I write down everything. I have everything written down. And when I don't have this book, which I love, I suggest everyone get a book, a cute book with a nice pen. I get erasable pens because I make a lot of mistakes. And write down your goals and write down your plans. I also keep this pad next to my bed. So God really operates to me through my sleep, probably because I talk too much during the day. I'm doing too much. And so he comes to me and gives me direction and ideas in my sleep. So a lot of times I'll wake up in the night, this is right next to my bed, and I just write the ideas in that moment so I don't forget it. But I keep them with me all the time. And then I even have an electric pad, a note taker that I carry with me when I'm outside the house in case there's something that comes up that I need to address. And so I said all that to say, keeping goals, short-term goals, it builds confidence. I posted something earlier today, or earlier this week, or last week, and it was talked about my confidence, because someone asked me the question, um, where does your confidence come from? Well, a huge part of confidence for me is the fact that I can promise myself something and keep that promise to myself. I don't put in, and it's a lot in saying that, because when you make a promise to yourself, it means that that is overriding everybody else. And it puts you in a position where you can start, when it's not normal for you to put yourself first, you can start putting yourself first. Not selfish. There's a difference from being selfish. And I don't believe anyone should be selfless. I don't think you should ever put yourself less in any situation. Now, there are certain degrees where you can kind of take a step back, but never lower yourself for anyone. And so I just want to say, I don't even know why I'm saying this in this moment. So hopefully someone can receive this, take it, grab it, and run with it. But set goals for yourself, even if they're small goals. Set them for yourself and prove to yourself time and time and time again that you trust you. Once you trust you, then the confidence will begin to rise. So now I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I can keep a promise to myself, I absolutely can keep a promise to you or to others. And so, like I said, I don't even know why I went that way, because it's not on my list to talk about goals. It's in the future, but it wasn't my intention to talk about goals. But every year we make these resolutions. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But what are we actively doing every day tomorrow? You can say, okay, I need to lose this weight. I got 50 pounds I need to lose. Okay, so what does that mean tomorrow? That means tomorrow I'm going to get my butt up when I'm bored or I'm scrolling my phone because I ain't got nothing to do. I'm going to get my butt up and walk for 10 minutes. And you write that down on your to-do list for that day. And as soon as you do it, you scratch it off. You can be like, oh, I did it. I believe it's so important to write it down. You really, 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 and not only is it biblical, but it is, when you see it, you have to own it. When it's just up here, you can deny it. But when you write that thing down, you see it and it holds you accountable. And sometimes we have to be the toughest people on ourselves in order to get things accomplished, and that's okay. It is okay. Um, that wasn't what I was talking about. I talked about the African shop, and I talked about the chemical peel. Okay, so, and I gave you my scalp update. I am excited. I have a couple of magazine not releases, but features is the word I want to use. I have a couple of magazine features, and one of them is today's Purpose Women's Magazine. So make sure you guys go and check it out. I talk about where I first fell in love with designing. My mother is a designer. Where I godmother is a shoe lover, which that was something she passed on to me. So that's why I love shoes, clothing, because of my upbringing. So make sure you go. And I don't really know that story a lot. A lot of people, very few people know that I designed my own wedding dress. And so I don't know why I don't talk about that kind of stuff. But um, that article is very near and dear to my heart. What else I got going on? We have our ad up for Trish's Treasures. It's downtown Atlanta. So when you're in the city of Atlanta and you see my ad, make sure you take a picture and DM me and let me know that you were there, and we'll send you a prize. I'll send you something special. If you can locate my, and the hint is on my Facebook page. So you got to go to Facebook to find out exactly where the ad is. And last but not least, I only have 10 minutes left. I am doing one of the things that I wanted to do this year was I want to do more speaking engagements. My spiritual gift is a gift of encouragement. And I love encouraging women. I love empowering women. I want us to know how beautiful we are and how precious we are and how soft we can be and what it means to live a soft life. And so I get an opportunity to speak. And I don't want to give out any bad information, so I'm going to pull it up and read it straight off my email. But it's this coming Saturday, and it's going to be wrong email box. It's this coming Saturday. It's going to be from 12 noon Eastern time until 2:30 p.m. And it's called wrong email. Lord have mercy. Let me see. I just got it. Okay, let me find it. Here we go, Lakeisha. It's called Black Women Made Whole. And so I get an opportunity to really talk and pour into women. It's basically about transforming, and really my segment is going to be more set on mindset and how you have to really reset your mind. We have to talk to ourselves, and I don't know if you do this. I know I do. I have to talk myself out of a lot of things, and not even just stuff that comes out of my mouth, but just things that I say to myself in my head. And that is a whole mindset shift. So when those thoughts come up, what do you say in response? And for me, I think it, but my response is audible. I speak it out audibly. Even though the thought isn't audible, my response is audible. We have to learn how to speak to ourselves, to minister to ourselves, to encourage ourselves. And what does that look like? We say it all the time, but what does it look like? And so during my segment, I'm going to touch on that. And I'm also going to touch on a couple of other things when it comes to feel your what I've termed when you're becoming. We're always on the edge of becoming, because that's what what we should be doing is becoming, and it should be something that is a continuous act. It isn't okay. Well, once I reach this place, because we setting goals. Once I reach this place, no, you don't sit back and you relax. You say, okay, well, where else? What other branch can I attain, or what else do I need to fix? What else do I need to go after? I am a true believer that I'm going to leave here empty. When God takes me and calls me from this place, I will have emptied out every idea, especially first, every talent. I will exhaust, I will visit, I will revisit, I will touch on, I will educate myself on every single talent that God has blessed me with before I leave here. That is my ultimate goal. But my smaller goals are, okay, well, I love media. Let's go here. Okay, well, we have this established. We're doing good. I love fashion. Trish's treasure. Let's tap into this. That's still very new to me. So I'm still learning a lot in that particular area, but I'm having so much fun in doing it. And now the new branch is I Have a Kind of Love, which is my nonprofit, which is where we're going to go into the community and we're going to hear stories and learn from these stories on how to evolve and to become better, just better. Um, it's all about evolution, which is part of the reason why I named my line for Trish's Treasure Evolution. It's all about, it's evolution is ongoing. It's always. And so I hope that, I'm glad I did this, even though I hate doing it, but I'm glad I did it. And it didn't matter who's on here with me. I thank you all who are here and hung out with me. But hopefully you'll catch this after we're live, and I hope that it blesses you. And until next month, we're gonna, March is International Women's Month, and I keep saying International Women's Month. And I am so excited about month. I'm excited about what we have going forward. I have PR team on deck, and so we're going to be doing some interviews. I have an interview tomorrow evening. I don't know if it's live or if it's pre-recorded, and then I have one in March. So I have interviews and magazine features and those speaking opportunities will open up those doors for me in 26, because that's really where my heart is, and that's where I would like God to take me. If he so deems. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I thank you. I thank you. I'm cutting it a little bit short, 6 minutes, but hey, I'm not gonna be on here just saying anything. Once I run out what I gotta say, that's it. But I love you guys, and I hope that you have a very, 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 very blessed day, evening, week, month. And until I see you again, I always sound off with love isn't love unless you give it away. So you guys give some love away. It's hate is so easy. It's so evident. It's everywhere. Why not be someone's ray of sunshine today by just loving them unconditionally? All right, guys, I love you as always. Now I'm going to try to figure out how to stop these things. Okay. Okay, I'm stopping Facebook. Thank you guys here on YouTube. This is my first live. Thank you for tuning in. I will speak to you soon. I don't know how to stop it.